Make R1 million in South Africa. I had a conversation with Gray. He made his first million at the age of 23. He's 24 years old now and he's heavily into cryptocurrency. So if you want more videos like this, remember to leave a like. The like goal for this video is 20 likes, and comment down below if you want to win a mug. Gray will be choosing the best comment down below. You can win yourself a mug. So sit back, stay tuned, and enjoy the video. How's it, Gray? You and I, we connected on Instagram. I think this was after the interview that I had with Forex Broker Killer. How did you find me? I just want to ask that.
Actually, I think it's my assistant or it's my friend actually who referred me to your video.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to your assistant.
Yeah,
Brilliant, brilliant. So in this wealth network of YouTubers, we kind of a small group of content creators, and I know that you're heavily into cryptocurrency and all of that. Before we even speak about money and everything, I want to go into your personal life. Not too personal. I do understand that.
I can talk about anything, man. I'm a free man.
Perfect. So we just want to go back into your before you made it sort of thing, because I know that there are a lot of pressures out here in the world, especially when you're 18, 19, to make it in life. It's either you got to choose Forex trading or you got to hustle hard every day. And some people are under the impression that you have to not go to college and that you have to, just go into your business. So if you could take us through those steps that you went through. I know you said you were working from the age of 16, and we're kind of in the same similar fields: website development, creative, content creators. So take us back, man. Take us before you made your million. Where were you and how did you begin?
Okay, so the way I began, I've always been a hustler since day one. I liked business more than staying in school. I've always been creative and I like building things since I was young, and I like computers more. So, that was my direction, even though at the time, back in the day when I was growing up, my parents couldn't afford the computer. So I actually had my first computer when I was 16. That's why I also told you that, look, I started working since I was 16. And it was kind of a blessing, but a disguise to my parents, because I got the computer. That was a card for me to quit school completely at that point. So I stopped going to school. I would only go I only went there to write matric on the last day of exams almost.
So for you to stop school, it wasn't even about the money. It was, I got my computer. I know I'm going to make it now.
Yeah. So you know what it is though? When people ask the question of should I go to school or college, or should I do my own thing? I think if you have to think about it, probably you should be in school, because to me, I didn't even see as a thing. I just never saw myself there at all. I just knew that, this is what I like to do. And I knew that I was going to be okay. So it wasn't a question of, will I make it, or, kind of thing. It's just like,
for sure.
Yeah, I just went with it.
I also have the same similar viewpoint on it, that school is important to get that matric certificate. But any further education, such as college and stuff, really everything is online now. But I do understand that in college you get to network with people, you get to have relationships, and that's okay for people who want to socialize a lot, because college is kind of like that, right? But at the same time, you don't really need a college degree to make it in life, quote unquote, make it. If you're really happy with what you're doing in your life, as you said, you got your computer, you knew you're going to make it. It wasn't even R1 million at that time that said, okay, now I can sit back and relax. For you, it was a computer. So from there, what was your first job when you got that computer?
So when I got the computer, my first job was, because I wanted to do video editing at that point, and computer graphics, everything computer related, photo manipulation with Photoshop. So when I got my first computer, I was like on the computer all the time. I even
Mm.
disconnected myself from friends and stuff because the only time that I had free time was when we had load shedding. So I
Oh,
was
okay.
like awake all the time. And
Mm.
then the first job that I had was a business.
Okay.
I met a friend who had a little camera, like a 300
Yes.
rand camera at the time, and then we
Yeah.
would go out and shoot local videos for local artists, and I would edit them.
Mm.
So that was my first thing.
Wow.
And I could fix computers for people. I could remove viruses. At that time, viruses were like, popular
Yeah.
during those
Yeah.
days. Yeah. So I used
Yeah,
to
they
clean
were.
computers up, and I used to, I learned Photoshop. So in the hood that I grew up in, I was
Okay.
probably the only guy who could do that. So people could come
So
and
you
say,
had
hey,
CS5 or CS6? Which
back,
one?
no, CS6 is new, man. CS6 is,
CS6. Oh, okay.
no,
Flip. Yeah.
CS6, the CS versions are new.
Yeah.
Because that was a
Oh,
creative
new.
studio. That was like Photoshop
Okay.
8. I had Photoshop 8
Oh, wow.
because it was a
Oh,
cracked version anyway. I couldn't afford the real software.
wow. Oh, yeah, that's amazing. And I mustn't forget, it's just that the beard tricks me. You're
Mm.
only 24, so you're only 2 years older than me.
Oh, is
So
it? You look much
yeah,
younger, man.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, yeah. So so you're 16, you got your job, you're making good money. When was your first big check? Like, when did you think, oh my God, okay, wow, this is amazing? At what age
So it
was it?
wasn't it wasn't big money at all. I was still, I was like, look, I wasn't making any money with that stuff when I look back, right? But I was growing myself. It was more of a self development phase. And this is really
Okay.
important for people to understand. Like, look, in this game, if you want to hustle and stuff, you really need to go in deep into personal development to know really who you are,
For sure.
what moves you and what kind of environments you like to get involved to allow yourself to grow and to control yourself from some things. Because if you hustling young, you're more likely going to make money. One thing also, how are you going to control that to not affect your life negatively, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what
Because,
I what I did was, the first check. Look, after I did all that, I
yeah.
learned a lot of stuff, shooting and editing, and I became really good.
Mm,
And I got a
okay.
job into at an animation studio, you know,
Wow.
in Cape
Yeah.
Town. And then
That's a dream. That's a dream job for sure. Because at that age, how old were you at that time? About
those like
18,
16,
19.
17, yeah, 16, 17,
No
18.
ways.
Yeah.
No ways. I'm jealous because I I have the whole Adobe package at the moment, and I learned it about 4 years ago.
Mm.
So I got some experience with Photoshop and stuff, and I absolutely love Adobe and everything. So at that young age, how did you get into those type of jobs? Is it just connections, networking, where you're always going to people and saying, "Hey, this is what I do. Could I do this for you?" And did you offer your service for free, or did
So
you?
that's a good question. The thing is, when it comes to learning, you
Mm,
can't really compete with somebody who is obsessed with something. I was really obsessed with computer graphics at the time, right? So and I wasn't doing it in school. So the way I was learning it was different. And
mm,
when it came to times of applying for jobs, my skill set was like way up, right? And my portfolio was showing you a lot of things. I've done camera work. I know
mm.
how to code, to build websites. I'm doing Photoshop graphic design, and now I'm doing animation. So I went for internships just so that I can understand how the business would work. That I was 17, 18 at the time, right? And then and then one of the jobs headhunted me. They found my ad on Gumtree. They're like, "Oh, we saw your ad here that you can do computer graphics, but we have a job for you." But the job wasn't even an animation job. It was at a
Oh,
casting
okay.
agency. They wanted me to edit stuff, the casting when they shoot for the actors, and figure
Mm,
out a way to upload it on a database and
yeah.
send it to LA. Because at that time, most casting agencies, they were shooting these castings on tape and fly them overnight to LA wherever the directors were. So that was too slow.
Wow.
So when I came in, I brought in my own knowledge and what these guys were doing already. Then we kind of innovated the business, and then it grew. So
Jeez.
my first real money was like
Yeah.
6,000 rand salary when it came in. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. 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 That's amazing. That's absolutely excellent because I remember when I did like my first job, I've never really done a lot of work in terms of like going out and finding work or anything. I've tried to do my own thing and trying to make my own thing while at college, and it was very difficult. But
Mm.
when I got my first check, because I took a gap year, I did 2 months hard manual labor work, and I got 4,000 rand. Now that was amazing for me.
I know how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah, first check. I was like, wow. And immediately I went and I bought my camera, because at the time my Canon had broke, and it would have been like 10 grand to fix it. And now I bought like a cheap 4 grand camera. So the first check went to the camera because I wanted to do YouTube videos. And that's right.
Mhm.
When you have a total obsession with something, like there's nothing that's going to stop you. I mean, with that 4 grand check, people might say, yo, that was silly of you to go and buy a camera. No, I'm using that to
Mm.
make YouTube videos, And so I really appreciate what you're saying, because it goes into my next thing where you say, um, how you've hit your 18, 19, when did you make that big M? When was it when that obsession turned into that big M? Because we'll get into more of cryptocurrency probably in a part 2, and how to set crypto up. And I
Mm.
know you're on a podcast, you have a YouTube channel that dedicates around cryptocurrency. So my subscribers, go check out Great Jabesi. I know your um, YouTube channel is Hardcore Crypto, right?
Yes, hardcore crypto.
All Gray's links will be in the description down below. But did crypto make your first M, or was it all the jobs that you had? Did you pour it into crypto? How did it
So
work?
let's keep it real here, man.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, we have
never
to
you're never gonna make a lot of money on a day job. That's just what it is
on a
because
day job.
I moved from like 6K to a job that was getting maybe 8K, and I never stayed long at it on a job anyway because I was always looking for the next. I was always looking to be incremental, and
Mm-hmm.
to this day, my income has increased every year, but like a factor of a very good number.
Yeah,
So I knew that
that's
look, the job is just not the way because if you're
yeah,
getting 10,000, 15,000 per month, that's it. So you can actually already calculate how much. You can see how Americans, they're controlled because they count money based on a year salary. They say I get $100,000 a year. It's like, dude, now you already know that this year I'm not gonna make more money than that. That just doesn't sit right with me.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
when I was working at the time, I was still doing now side hustles on the side, building websites for other
Okay.
people and whatever. So if even when I was at a 10,000 rand salary, sometimes I would
Mm.
return 22,000 on my own, right, a
Yeah,
month because I
yeah.
did some extra work. And
Extra.
the
Wow.
thing is that you need to understand when you're making money, it's not like
Mm.
you move and then you just been like, boom, I made that big killing. Money accumulates from the key is just to have so many passive incomes from left and right, and then you make it work. So to answer your
Yeah.
question, my first the biggest check came when I was working for this other big company. It's one of the
Okay.
largest media producers in South Africa, and
Yeah.
I was editing for them, and then I had my own company. I actually started an office, got a couple of few friends in, we
Mm.
were running and stuff, so I had to balance both my job
Yo.
and my company, my business. And then what happened there was that those couldn't be balanced.
Wow.
My company was making money, the job was giving me a little bit of money in security, and then I was like, okay, I can't really do this. So I had to negotiate with my boss, like, hey, I can only be here
Yeah.
for 3 days a week. Then I do the other stuff, and then it started pushing too much, and I had to just quit completely. And I found a new partner. We partnered, and then what ended up happening was that at the end of that year, I made
Yeah.
over 300,000. I remember at the end
Jeez.
of, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the
Yeah.
end of, that was the 31st of December. I was in my own office,
Wow.
scared
Yeah.
as hell because I had to deliver on a project when people were going out and celebrating and stuff.
Yeah.
Sitting in my office, trying to finish render projects. And then, in the morning, I woke up in my bank account
Yeah.
with 300. Then I was like, okay, the job's completely, it's
No, my word.
exactly. But anyway, to cut a long story short, when I invested in
Yeah.
Bitcoin, I remember selling my car and moving out from my nice apartment to move into a small room in someone else's house just so that I can invest more money in crypto. When the market
Yes.
went ballistic, obviously the numbers just
Yes.
made themselves.
To go back into that, you got your 300K, you invested in crypto, and obviously we're missing some steps here because we're going to talk more about crypto in
Yeah.
our part two. But I just wanted our audience to get an understanding of how it is to reach that amount, because a lot of people don't believe in themselves and don't believe that they can get to that stage. I mean, everyone, everyone wants to be a millionaire, but they don't they don't know how to make that first thousand, that first 10,000, 100K. So as you said, you didn't jump to that million. You grinded hard. You got your first PC. You put your ad there on Gumtree. You got all those small jobs that led up to where you are right now, and that's what's really important. And just to, I don't want to ask how much you've lost in crypto or anything like that, but is it difficult managing that amount of money? Because I do know that once you get there, there's a lot of, you open to more things. I mean, you can, as you say, you could have put money onto an apartment. There's cars now that are available for you. But how did you stop yourself from just blowing it? Because there's this series on YouTube called Blew a Million
I
in a
know that
day.
show.
Yeah, yeah, because people struggle with that money management. Was it through those jobs that you had that helped you manage your money?
So
Did
you
you
know
save?
what? I have learned a lot. I learned how to speak English from listening to rap music.
Wow.
I learned a lot about business. I still get motivated or learn a lot about business
Mm,
from rap music, right? So
yes.
to me, is that this doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but like really, I grew up with that mindset of wealth. The music that I listen to. I mean, if you're listening to Rick Ross, he's talking about
Yeah.
owning 30 franchises of Checkers or Wingstop
Yeah.
all over the country. So even
Yeah.
even if when I made my first million, it wasn't like, "Ah, I have money now." I'm not the
Yeah.
type of guy to be like, I understand that a million is not really money. It's not, man.
Yes.
In the real grander schemes. And if
Yeah.
you have seen my interviews, my podcast,
Mm.
I've interviewed billionaires, CEOs of
Wow.
companies.
Yeah.
When you're surrounded with those people, uh,
Mm.
you 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 get grounded because you realize how small you are, man, because
Wow.
if I had to stay with the same people that probably I was playing around with when I was young, just
Mm.
like there's somebody who say that if you yeah, Nicholas Talib has a book called Skin in the Game, and he says
Mm.
if you wanna feel rich, hang around broke people, and I don't do
Yeah.
that. You see,
Yeah.
so if you want to go back, so it happens, you can see it if you somebody who grew up in the hood, there are people in the hood that gets a little bit of money, even a 30,000 rand salary can feel like a
Mm.
lot depending on where you are, if you're still staying in the hood, right? I'm living in Cape Town right now in a Jewish area
Yeah.
and stuff, dude. I
Yeah.
don't have any money.
Yo, flip, man.
And
Yeah.
I want to grow. I really want to make it big. Some of
Yeah.
my role models are like Grant Cardone in South Africa, Thibaut Touch,
Yes.
or DJ Spoo.
Yes.
Those guys are who have real money,
Mm.
not Instagram money.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Instagram
Yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah. We're not talking about Instagram money here,
No.
guys. This is real, real hardcore cash, and this is real true hustle. Because I mean, yes, you are in crypto, and some people might see it as, oh, it's similar to forex trading or whatever. As I say in a part two, we'll talk more about crypto.
Mm,
But you truly hustled in the beginning. You taught yourself everything. You had the computer. You took yourself from that age of 16 and you said, hey, listen, I'm gonna make it. And that's what I want our audience to know, that no matter how old you are, whether you're 35, 45, doesn't matter. I mean, the guy who was 65, who was a McDonald's, the owner of
mm-hmm.
McDonald's at
Yeah.
65. So it's not impossible to get out the situation you are right now and to start doing your dreams. Because I know that some of you are, my audience is from 18 to 24. So in high school, college period, and you under the assumption that you have to, get that college degree, work a job. Some of you may enjoy that, but I know that I don't want to ever go into a job environment, and
Mm.
that's no shade at people who are working. You guys are still hustling. That's fine, but it's not for me, and it's not for Greg. We want to, as you say, you get up at 10. Same here. I get up at around 8 or 9. You
There you
know,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
we work from home. I might not be where you are right now because I haven't made my first million, but I'm still learning how to make money. And YouTube just paid me my first, I think it was 3K
Mm.
for, yeah, that
Impressive, man. That's
was,
nice.
thank you. And there's still some more numbers increasing because of the views and stuff. Maybe we could talk about that in another video.
Yeah.
But we really truly have to work for our own and create our own wealth. So I think that's everything that I planned for the interview. Really
Mm.
just wanted to know who you are and how it is to get to the point where you are, because remember you started from where you had basically nothing and
Mm.
you turned it into where you are right now. And
Yeah, dude,
it's great.
it still feels unreal, for somebody from the
Yeah,
hood, it
yeah.
feels a little bit unreal. But at the same time, I knew this already. It's not
Mm,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean, man. It's just like you just know that this is where I'm gonna be, kind of thing.
for
It's like
sure.
in
Yeah.
life, you only get the thing that you want.
Mm,
So for anybody there, the only thing you always have to fight with is fear. It's like you're always afraid of being great. Usually, it's like when you want to do
yes,
the big thing, you're always never sure about anything. Quitting a job is not an easy thing to do, but
that's
like
right.
you're
That's
only gonna make it if you can take that risk and quit the job, right? But most importantly is self-education, because I get messages or Facebook texts or whatever from guys all the time. They're like, oh,
right.
I'm doing forex, or how do I make it in this crypto thing? It's like, hey, man,
Yeah.
it already shows that they haven't done any little bit of a homework, or it's
For
like,
homework.
look,
Yes,
you can't bullshit your way to the money, man. You have to
for
do
sure.
a little bit of homework, study, read
Yeah.
some stuff, and and stuff like that. And also just don't get caught up too much on. It's popular right now, especially in South Africa, that the idea of what money is all about having a car, driving fancy cars, and
Mm.
wearing some brands and all that stuff. Look, I don't know many people with the real money that are really into that. People are working, bro. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you people think that when you say I made the first million, you make the million and you stop. Like, hey, now I made it. Now you gotta pay taxes, and you're
No.
scared.
Yeah.
I think it's Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle said in one of the songs that, hey, in this a song called Status Symbol 3. He said, when you make the first when you make the first million cash, you're gonna feel the pressure because you're afraid of losing
Yeah.
it. Because if you make a
Yes.
meal and you
Yeah.
want to spend it on a 300,000 or 400 or 500,000 rand car, now you don't have a
Car.
million.
Exactly. It's
You
all
know,
gone. And as you said, tax is 28%. So isn't that
yeah,
280,000
gone.
gone? Yeah.
So when you have 1 million rand, you technically don't
Yeah.
have a million. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to
Yeah.
speak to what you're talking about content creation, really
Mm.
making money is is a skill, just like any other skill too. It's a mind that you get into it slowly, and then you know what it is, because it's all about passive income. Like you say that you have YouTube money coming in, and you also build
Yeah.
other things outside. So it's not like you rely on, when you make a million, it's not like it makes you just one big transaction comes. It's like, okay, you're
Yeah.
getting money, you're getting 3,000 rand from YouTube, and you're getting a little
Yeah.
$200 from affiliate marketing, and you
Yes.
get another
Yeah.
10,000 from one thing, and then over time you
Mm.
realize, oh, I actually have money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it's not
That's
like
for sure. Yeah.
it comes like, oh, here's a meal, man. It's not like that.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
But by the time you reach a million, you're already used to those numbers, so it doesn't even feel like anything.
Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah.
win a lotto.
Exactly.
A lotto is different
Unless
because
you're in a, yeah.
you say, oh,
Unless it
I'm a
comes
million.
pouring into you. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. And I really appreciate that because I have, like, as you said, it's all those little things, all those passive incomes. Like, I have 7 businesses at the moment, and it's really killing me, right?
Yeah.
It's killing my time, killing my energy, and I'm not able to cope with all of it at once. But at the end of the month, when I see things start to trickle in, it builds up. But it didn't build up from nothing. I had to start those things. You
Hmm.
had to start to learn how to code, you know. So I feel like we have so much in common because I really like Adobe. That's also my business. I do photography. I make websites for a living. That's my biggest cash cow at the moment.
Nice.
Um, I do graphic design, posters. I make videos. I do edit videos. I own a gym, and there are two others. Oh, I sell online.
You look, no, no, not to cut you off with what you say there.
For
This
sure.
is what most people don't
Yeah.
understand. You need a skill. Just trying to learn how to trade is not everything, because you have to.
Yes.
One of the things that helped me to actually build everything that I've built at this point is having skills. When I
For sure.
had to create my own podcast, I did everything by myself. Built the website
Yeah.
myself, recorded my own all the videos that I do at the beginning before I had an assistant. I used to edit them
Yeah.
myself. It's exactly what you're
Wow.
doing now, right? So imagine if you don't have a skill just to even put a video out or to create a website. It means your expenses just to get started are so huge because you don't know how to do anything. You need to pay for a guy to build a website, a guy to edit your videos, to edit your photos. It's like, hey, man. And in the world of today, those are the basic skills that you need. I don't know why the schools don't teach that. You need to know how to fucking make a video. You know?
Yeah,
What it is.
exactly,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate it because people will look at you and be like, "Oh, you're doing too much. You're never gonna master the skill." But no, I'm cutting my costs, guys. I'm making sure that my business is up and running. And yes, it's a lot, but you got to learn the skill and you got to keep pushing forward through it. So I really appreciate this interview, and I feel like we can talk about a lot of business here on the channel. So all my audience members, please go check out Hardcore Crypto, and your podcast is a website. It'll be linked down below. There you go. Own merch. I mean, that's amazing. Own
Hardcore
merch.
crypto.
Hardcore Crypto. Yo, how is selling merch online? By the way, is it going well? Like,
It's
how
something that
did you?
I'm getting into. I haven't, so
Yeah,
like I like business, man. So if I do things, usually
that's
I'm
good.
already thinking
Yeah,
about margins and profits. So
yeah,
I'm looking at it, but in a different angle. I know people like
for
to
sure.
print stuff and sell it on their
Yeah,
website. That's
yeah,
not really my strategy. Even the way I do YouTube. Look, my YouTube channel make more money than a person with 50,000 subscribers. I can tell you that,
wow,
because
that's
I have
amazing.
a different monetizing model.
Yes,
I'm not relying on YouTube to pay me. They pay us
jeez.
peanuts,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they allow us to they allow us to
yeah.
publish ourselves on their platform for free.
Yes.
You see, so you
Mm,
can
mm, mm.
figure out your own other creative ways to
And
monetize.
they take 40% from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can imagine it's like another taxman right there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect,
Yeah.
guys. So please go check out Hardcore Crypto, and yeah, Gray will be giving a free mug. Is that, am I right? Am I
Yeah,
correct
yeah, for
about that?
sure. I'm
Say
giving
that. Yeah,
five mugs to your
five
audience.
mugs. 5 marks. And what's the support on this video? Let's get 20 likes on this video, guys, and we can
Yeah,
do more interviews about how to make money here in South Africa. Part 2 will be crypto, how to do crypto and everything.
yeah.
So thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it, man. And thanks for shout out to your assistants who told you about my channel. I appreciate it. And remember to always stay shining, keep smiling, even on a rainy day. Cheers.
Awesome.